Hello. Did that work? Are we live? I think so. Oh, what's going on? Hello, hello. I never know how to start streams. Somebody in here? Yo, what's going on? Okay, all right, guys. Hold on. I gotta fix the chat bot. I always have to do this for some reason. Give me 1 sec. Did that fix it? I think that might have fixed it. Yo, Robert, with the immediate $5, dude. Are you kidding me? What's going on, guys? Hold on. What's up, Summer? What's up, B-Hop? What's up, Mr. Brendan? What's up, professional YouTube watcher? What's going on? What's up, Dustin? What's up, Lucas? Big shout out to Rob. Thank you so much, Robert. That is incredible. Thank you so much. That is beautiful. How you guys doing? How's everybody doing? Smash the like button. Let's go. Lucas, the best pocket tuber? Maybe not. But I appreciate you saying that. That's really, really cool. Let's see here. Doing great. Doing great. Does Mr. Hitstick, does he from the Discord, does he ever join the streams? Because if so, I need to moderate him. I don't know what his I don't know what his YouTube username is. Tell him to come in here so I could give him a moderator tag on the YouTube feed. If you could do that. If somebody could do that for me, that would be sweet. Let me post this in the Discord real quick. We're gonna vibe tonight. We're gonna play some ranked battles. Maybe it'll go horribly wrong. Probably will go horribly wrong, but we're gonna do our thing. We're doing good. We're doing good. And maybe we'll do a mod sweepstakes and we'll mod somebody in the YouTube chat. That would be fun. We'll do that later. All right. We pinged the Discord. Dustin, I was struggling a bit with the Suicune Giratina deck. Went 7 out of 10 with it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Are you saying 7 out of 10 because you were struggling? You didn't win them all? Is that what you're getting at there? That's pretty funny though. If that's what you're referring to. LOL. Robert with another $10, dude. You need to chill out, Rob. Listen, this is crazy. We've been streaming for like 5 minutes, not even. With literally 2 minutes, you can't be dropping $15 like that, man. That's absolutely nuts. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much. I think Robert's trying to buy himself a mod roll here. He might be paying in here. Maybe that's all it takes. Maybe that's all it takes. Yo, shout out to you, Rob. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it, man. Thank you. Hold off the donos until we lose all our games, and then we'll need the sympathy. So wait on that. What's up, Chris? What's going on? No way, dude. We're running the OP meta deck today, probably. You said he said he was unbeaten, so I'm trying that. Yeah, I mean, listen, I knew we would clickbait with the YouTube video today, but technically speaking, it did go undefeated at the tournament yesterday, so that's why I called it undefeated. We happened to just go undefeated when we were recording for the video today, but definitely a pretty clean deck. I think we'll probably continue. Dude, there's no way. There's no way. What is going on, Rob? I might have to stop you here. Is there a way I can dono mute somebody? Come on, man. That's absolutely crazy. You're an absolute legend. Was that one for the mod roll? Do I have to give you the mod roll now? Did you spend enough money? That's crazy, man. You're absolutely out of control. Absolutely. I don't even know what to say at this point. We haven't just started this stream. I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Absolutely crazy. Mod me so I can ban him. Yeah, man. Rob is an absolute legend. Absolute legend, man. Insane. Here are the cards in the deck. I don't know if anybody watched the video today. I assume people who watched the video today are probably going to tune into the stream. But here we go. It's Suicune, Greninja with Giratina. I think that the Giratina is probably the best partner for the deck list. Just so you have that alternate option for, if you do get Giratina early, you can just sort of set it up and then go Giratina, Greninja, which is, of course, really strong. But even if you don't draw Giratina early, you can just kind of go with Suicune, Greninja and probably have a pretty decent chance of winning the game. So definitely pretty strong. Yo, Cole with the 5, dude. Let's go. Well, the moderators dropping up the 5s. Yes, guys. We're planning to host a tournament next weekend, like a week from today, perhaps. I'll probably announce something or Monday. I'll probably announce something Monday about that. It's still in the works. We got to get it figured out. But we'll probably just try to pool it together, some cash and run an event, because I think there hasn't been, many very, very large tournaments. And in this new metagame, I really would like, to get something going this week, next weekend. So we'll try to make that happen. I appreciate that, Cole. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think we just hop right into it, guys. This is going to be a pretty chill one. I'll explain a little bit of stuff as we're playing, but, if you really want to learn the deck list, I think play it for yourself. We did the video today where I explained a lot of stuff, so we're just going to be hanging out. I'll just be chatting with you guys, and then we'll play some games. Maybe it goes well, maybe it doesn't. Yeah, that's another thing I could do, right? I could just do I could say the prize pool was like 1,000 Poke Gold, and really that's only like $100 or whatever, right? It just makes it sound more legit. Who knows? Samurai watched, but I don't have enough cards to make the deck yet. Yeah, I mean, that's tough, right? It's Suicune, it's a new card, so not everybody's going to be able to play this deck list for sure. But everybody, I think most people should have like Greninja and Giratina. Although a lot of people have been asking about like Irida. I don't know if many people actually even have Irida. Miguel, besides the Ursi tournament, what other tournament is good to get an idea of the meta? There's a lot of tournaments that people play. The Magma Cups are usually pretty big. The Frog EX tournaments for sure. There's events sort of all over the place. You just kind of have to look on Limitless, see, whatever kind of somewhat large events going on. The one thing to keep in mind is that, tournament data is really just a snapshot of that moment. And it's a relatively small sample size, right? So you kind of have to you got to learn exactly how to kind of derive from that data. Our opponent does just lead off here with Froakie and Suicune in the active. We do not have Suicune in the active, which is definitely unfortunate. There's Suicune there. See if we can pull a Giratina here off of the cards. But in the mirror matchup, of course, a lot's going to be out of our hands as we do not pull, unfortunately, the Giratina. I think we're cooked now, honestly. Going first, Froakie lead into Suicune going second with Suicune lead. Pretty sure we just lose here. I don't know if there's really anything we can do about this, but we probably want to, avoid benching a lot of Pokemon, potentially. We usually play meta decks, yeah, Juice, just because, I think it's fun to play sort of, kind of meme decks or like off meta decks for sure. Like it's fun to be creative, but in ranked battles, I think most people, as we get Mars, all right, yeah, we're absolutely smoked here, guys. Nothing we can do. There's that Suicune back, Irida, Mars. Okay, yeah, I think we're cooked. I don't know really what we can do at this point. I'll be honest. We could just let Froakie go down here, but we have an Irida. The thing is, like, yeah, it's just kind of bad. What is the best option here? We're definitely cooked no matter what. I'm pretty sure we just lose because our start was so bad. We could let the Froakie go down, let him KO it, and then Mars him next turn to 2. I'm just afraid of him getting Greninja set up. He has 11 cards in deck. It's pretty likely that he does, honestly. So I think we just attach Suicune and, we just let him KO the Froakie. If you don't set up your bench, retreat Froakie next turn and Irida your Suicune. Yeah, but like he's got Greninja out turn 2. It's not happening. This game, we were not winning this game regardless. We are technically going to get the first attack off on Suicune, but we can't go behind on energy. It just doesn't really work that well. If this is a Cyrus in his hand, yeah. Our opponent had literally everything he could possibly need. So nothing we can do about that, quite frankly. We're just absolutely smoked. We can actually technically KO him here if we get like super lucky off of like a research or something, but let's see. Yeah, that's not really what we want. All right. Cool. Guess we do this now. Yeah. We'll Mars him to 1 after. Maybe do something funky. Red card, nice. Retreating with this deck is a no. I was retreating Froakie a lot. You can retreat Froakie for sure. It's just that we were in a spot here, like without Giratina, like without Giratina, our hope here, especially going first, was basically our only hope was to let him just KO the Froakie there and have a full HP Suicune. So that was kind of the only possible thing that could have worked out for us. We're going to lose this game no matter what. Based off of the start that either of us had, our win rate immediately went from like 50-50 to like 5%. I think even now, because he even has Giant Cape on the Suicune, like look at the board state difference here. I mean, it's absolutely cooked. I don't think there's even a possible way that we can win. I'll be completely honest with you. Yeah, we just lose next turn. So, RIP. The mirror matchup's going to go this way. I mean, like, literally, there's just nothing. there's nothing we can do. Like, our opponent had Suicune 2 energies and Greninja before we even had 2 energies on our Suicune. So, if he didn't have Giant Cape there, I mean, it could have been possible, but he had Cape, he had turn 2 Greninja, like, he had the Cyrus combo. It was cooked from the beginning. Absolutely cooked from the beginning. He actually, yeah, he just has the other Cyrus. All right, on to the next one. There's going to be a lot of games that go like that, but the upside is that, you know, the exact same thing just on the reverse is going to happen a lot too. Going second will give you a massive advantage, but we went first and we led Froakie, so we didn't even get that turn 1 draw. But him in the mirror matchup, him getting first KO with Suicune, or like the first attack off with Suicune, typically means we just lose, honestly. He also just kind of drew into like every card that he needed there throughout the entire game. So it's all good. Yeah, the thing about Suicune and Greninja, quite frankly, is that you always have the opportunity to just draw into Greninja turn 2 and immediately have it. We're going first yet again. Also in the mirror matchup. Double Suicune lead, no Pokeball, no research. Beautiful. PJ, I love your vids. This is the first time catching a stream in a long time, but I always watch your videos when they come out. Yo, that's awesome, man. I appreciate that. We're probably just going to get cooked in the mirror match over and over again because we have gone first both games, but Giratina technically could save us. We'll see how it goes. We will see. Not going to bench anything else here. We draw another Froakie. Okay. All right. We can Mars him next turn to slow him down a little bit. Depends on how many cards he piles up in his hand. He also benches Froakie. He also benches Giratina. Yeah, okay. It's not looking good. We are getting outlucked by our opponent pretty heavily. Back-to-back games here. Hey, we have our own Giratina. It's a turn late, but there it is. I think we have to bench this, unfortunately. I don't even like Marsing here, but I feel like we probably should. Interesting. See, I don't even think setting up Giratina really does anything for us here. Because he's probably going to attack, would be my guess. Attacking here might be kind of a bait for him, but we're just going to bellow. And we draw Irida. Okay. He's doing 80 here. Let's see if he gets the turn 2 Greninja up again. Because our opponent did last game. Yeah, he does. Okay. All right. Yet another absolutely cooked game of our opponent just going second and being a turn ahead. This is what the metagame is going to be like a lot. I wonder if he attacks here. He is going to attack. Yeah, that's probably smart. Because now with Cyrus, like, he just kind of wins, right? I do believe. We do get our Greninja out, and we have a Cyrus, so we could technically slow him down a little bit here. But I feel like we have to Irida. What do we want to do here, theoretically speaking? We could, like, ping Giratina Cyrus. Although we could actually just KO the active here. I just realized. So that's definitely the better play. I don't know why I didn't think of that. We can Irida as well. By far the better play. Homie filled his bench up for no reason. He actually cooked himself. I don't know. It was kind of a weird play there, but yeah, he absolutely fried himself there. And we have Cyrus in hand, so I think we just win, actually. Bit of a crazy outcome. I never actually had this interaction before. Why did he lose? I think he lost because he benched the Froakie. I don't think he ever should have benched that Froakie because he could have just done, 20 less damage to us, but then been out of range of us KOing him. So I don't know why he ever benched that Froakie. I didn't realize that at first, but yeah, he completely threw this game by doing that. Unless he, like, brings up... I don't even know. I don't know what he could possibly do here. Yeah, he still loses, so GG to this guy. Feels bad for him, but it's a good illustration of, like, why you can't, like, you can misplay, like, in pocket. You know what I mean? Like, this is a direct example of somebody just, like, losing the game because they played one card. You know what I mean? Definitely feels kind of bad. Oh, the double Greninja, dude. The BM. Let's BM him. Hold on, let me cook this guy and we'll read the chat again. I did not expect to win this game from the start we had, I'll be honest. But, yeah, it's going that way. It is going that way. Man's got cooked. He threw the game, honestly. He literally threw the game. I need more experience with this deck, but yeah, that man straight up threw there. All right, what's going on? What deck do you think is better overall in your opinion, the Espeon deck or this deck? I think Espeon is still really good. I think it's hard to really say at this point early on in the meta, but I think that they're both like top tier still. I think Espeon's definitely a great deck. Mars is there. Maybe could have helped you at Rare Candy and Greninja in hand. Yeah, but yeah, I guess you're right. Been tinkering that with that deck a bit. I swapped Tina, the second Irida, for Eevee and Sylveon. Oh, that's interesting. Play Suicune and... Yeah, okay. I think that Giratina is still really good in the deck for if you do get it turn 1. Yo, what's up? What's up, Mac Yokyo? Good evening. Thanks for joining in. Can we share the deck list? Yeah, it's the same deck for my video today, but I will show it after this game. It's the same deck from the video that we posted today. I just wanted to play more games, hang out on stream a little bit. Okay, 3 games in a row going first. Feels bad. We're playing Dark this time, but we do have Giratina going first. So going first really doesn't feel that bad. You do get +1 card off Suicune, which is definitely an advantage. And then now we can set up Giratina a turn earlier. So a double Pokeball research also isn't very bad either. So, you know, there's worse things in the world. We are playing Guzzlord, which is kind of scary. But if we get Greninja out early, we should have pretty good control here over this game. This deck on the previous video is stupid good. Yeah, man, it's a bit crazy. There's our Froakie friend. I'm going to leave that other bench space open for maybe a second Froakie at some point, but we do have Rare Candy in hand. Pretty likely that we just draw into a Greninja. Yeah, so this is the stuff. Like, we just had this happen to us in the first game, but this is what happens, like, with Greninja. It really is a crazy, crazy, crazy deck. Espeon deck more consistent. It's definitely... The thing with Espeon is that it's consistent in its lead off, right? Because all you're playing is EVs. So no matter what, like your starting point is exactly what you want it to be, which is a massive advantage in Pokemon Pocket. The upside potential for Espeon like is pretty high, but not as high as like other decks like this. Like this is a deck that is fairly consistent, like in terms of how decks go, but has a tremendous upside, which is obviously like a really big deal. We would like to draw into a Cyrus here so that we can KO this Guzzlord. Before anything else, or an Irida to maybe stay alive for a couple turns while we Broken Space Bellow, but we're gonna Rare Candy Greninja and just start drawing cards with Suicune. I mean, we're in a very, very good spot. Yeah, he's just gonna attach to Guzzlord. The second Froakie comes down. That's funny. All right, let's cook him here. We could still lose, right? I mean, you know, Grindcore does things to people. That's for sure. Grindcore definitely does things to people. Probably gonna bench that Froakie. I am just going to ping the Guzzlord. I don't know if he plays healing, but it's always worth it to get that going here. We'll Broken Space Bellow for a couple turns. I've enjoyed Oricorio as well, but I'm playing more things that can manage it, so I'm going to try dropping it. Guzmo has felt way better than red card. Oricorio, man, is still good. It's just I've kind of turned off of Oricorio a little bit this season just because of how many people are playing Greninja. Like, Greninja is in so many decks that I don't feel comfortable playing. I honestly just don't even play comfortable, or feel comfortable rather, playing Oricorio because, like, Greninja's just up and about, like, on turn 2, turn 3 all the time. So, he does flip heads, so congrats to him. We're still going to attach to Suicune here, though. The Rare Candy's funny. Yeah. No reason not to attach. We could be piling up on Giratina. That maybe we do that next turn if he discards again, but I think for now we can keep this up. The plan here is to one it KO Guzzlord and then hope that he just can't one it KO us back, which I don't think he can. So there's another Greninja as well, which is pretty funny. If he doesn't discard it, yeah, so he is playing healing. That's what I was saying here. Is like we got to be a little careful. That's just why I wanted to target Guzzlord. So if he doesn't Grindcore here, we actually just KO with Suicune, which will be funny. He does. Okay, so back-to-back heads for Guzzlord. Good for him. But good for us is that we have a backup option here. If we draw Irida, we don't. Okay. All good. So now I feel like he probably knows. I mean, well, okay. I wonder here if he, like, I wonder what his play is here. So I feel like we still probably should just attach to the... I'm actually going to target the Poipole. Probably should have targeted the Nihilego. But we're going to target the Poipole. Do I attach to the active here? What are the odds that he doesn't just Tyrannical Hole, though, is the question. You know what I mean? Pretty slim, right? But I think it doesn't matter if we attach anywhere other than Suicune. I think we still just attach Suicune, honestly. Because he might try to stall by just grindcoring. And we don't want to let him do that. So I'm going to do this. Dusty, you're going to start paying for these lessons? All right, second Cyrus in hand. We have Irida. If he KOs, we just KO him back. It's GG. Yeah, there comes the Naganadel. What if he's going to bring it in? We do have Cyrus. No way he grindcores again, right? Would be pretty funny if he did. How do you remain positive? This game frustrates me so much. People ask that all the time. This isn't like a game, like Pokemon Pocket is a game where most of the games you win, you're going to win by building your deck list, right? So the fun part about Pokemon Pocket for me is just, you know, building the correct deck and figuring out which cards you should be playing. And that's why this channel exists, is because a big part of the skill gap in Pokemon Pocket is just playing the correct cards. And that's why this channel exists, and that's why I like the game. And when I get in the game, you know, it's going to go right for you sometimes, it's going to go bad for you sometimes. But especially on the ranked ladder, it's a slow climb. You know, you might lose 10 games, but you might win 10 games. It all kind of comes out in the wash, especially now with win streaks. You feel like you're progressing a little bit more. You just keep playing. You know, you just keep playing, keep having a good time. It is what it is, right? All right, he does grindcore us. So correct me if I'm wrong, but even attacking here and getting poisoned, like Naganadel can't KO me, right? So we're taking, unless he could bench a second Nihilego, I guess, technically. But I'm just curious. So if we KO, we go down to 130. He can hit us for 60 plus 20 poison, 20, so 40. So that's 100, right? So we're living really no matter what, I feel. Right? Am I crazy here? I don't think he can. I guess he can sell a Stila, which would be really funny. So let's just do this, I guess. We could actually bring up the Nihilego this turn. If we brought up Nihilego this turn, what would happen? We'd be at 150. No, we'd be at 130, and he would still KO for weakness, so we can't do that. We don't want to throw the game for no reason. The poison is a little bit annoying, but I don't think it'll really matter. Just going to play the Mars. I feel like the higher rank I'm in, yeah, the more work goes wrong. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean, that, you know, that's how Pokemon Pocket goes for sure. It's not the game that frustrates you, it's the downswing of the RNG variants. That's exactly right, Voldo. That is a very, very correct point. So we're taking 20 here. I'm pretty sure the math checks out. Like, I don't think Naganadel, maybe if he has red, actually. If we just Marsed him into, like, one copy of red, then we get KO'd. But he's going to do for 60. Like, we're only due for 80 more damage. 90 if he has, like, a second Nihilego. But we just KO. We just heal with Irida, and then we KO. Yeah, okay. He just he draws it. All right. We take 60 and then 30. Yeah, it's GG because Irida exists. Sorry, brother. Feel bad for you. But do I actually? Not really. I always feel good beating Guzzlord players, quite frankly. Is my boy going to concede here or what? What are we doing? Okay. The poison doesn't tick because the game ends, right? Yeah. Mike, I almost broke my phone at least 10 times because of this game. Listen, I've been there before. I'm not trying to say I don't get upset, but especially like when I'm on camera or if I'm recording, like I'm not like a rage, you know, channel. Like, like there's certainly people where like the rage reactions can be really funny. But I'm not about that, right? I'm about supporting the competitive community of Pokemon Pocket. And like I said, a big part of the competitive nature. Oh, I gotta show the deck. Sorry. The big part about the competitive nature of this game is, again, like, not so much in the playing aspect, but in just sort of the deck building, which is, a big focus on the channel. Yeah, he took his L like a man. He did not concede. Here's the deck. 2 Froakie, 2 Suicune, 2 Greninja, 1 Giratina, 1 red card, 1 Mars, double Cyrus, double Irida, double Pokeball, double Research, and 1 giant cape. There you go. Become a rage tuber, PJ? Should I? Should I just, like, get super mad all the time? Yeah, you're not memeing me. Listen, I'm not the guy that you're gonna get on the memes here. Okay? You can meme me in other ways, for sure. There was one time where I forgot to attach before playing Kiawe like 3 times in a row, and I kind of got crazy there a little bit. We go second finally, which is cool, and we lead Suicune. Who would have thought? Yeah, we gotta get mad. That's right, mad is in the channel. Maybe it's in the name of the channel. Maybe we just need to get really angry. It looks like we're playing the mirror match, but he leads Giratina, which is kind of funny, but a little bit scary actually, because he's going first. He can't attack until turn 4, so we should be able to 2-hit him before then anyway. But this deck's definitely consistent as far as decks go. You know what I mean? Like, there's like certainly, I guess, more consistent decks like Giratina Darkrai or like Espeon Sylveon or whatever. But this is, as far as decks go, it's very consistent. I will say. It'd be funny if I uploaded a video of me absolutely losing it. Do we actually Mars here? I wonder. Nah. I want to see a full crash out one day. I usually have to be somewhat quiet, to be fair, because, people are sleeping. It's always late when I'm recording and stuff. Let's draw another card here. Probably going to get red carded or Mars here, which would be annoying because, rare candy does exist with Greninja in our hand, but we'll see. So it looks like we're going to be playing this game without Giratina, which, is a little bit sus. But if he doesn't hand disrupt us, we're going to just get Greninja out and then KO the Giratina, and I think we're in a good spot. So we'll see. Double Giratina is nuts, dude. What is happening? What is our opponent doing right now? He might just retreat out of Giratina. Like, it's interesting. We'll see what he does. All right. Yeah. Okay. We got to be a little bit careful here, but we're gonna Mars him for sure. But we're gonna get the first. He doesn't have Greninja out, which is a really big advantage for us. So what I'm actually going to do is target the Suicune to potentially KO it next turn. I want to set this up so I have double options. If he does go into Suicune, we're safe. I'm going to play this Pokeball. We don't want to bench 2 Pokemon here, but we can get away with benching 1 more Pokemon. I'm going to do this, and I'm actually just going to play the Mars here so we can keep up this advantage. But yeah, this way he can't KO me with Suicune next turn by retreating, and we're going to get 80 off in the Giratina, and then next turn we have Cyrus to potentially just KO the Suicune next turn. I like this. We kind of have 2 different options here. So depending on what he does, we've set up for a KO next turn. No, Irida is a little bit scary. But if he stays in, we just KO Giratina. If he retreats into Suicune, we KO Suicune. Either way, he's going to be, in a less than advantageous position. The Froakie does come down as well. There's definitely a case to be made to just target this Froakie, but like, Giratina's got such low HP. What's he caping, the Suicune? He capes the other Giratina. That's a misplay on his part. If he stays in, we have to carry the Giratina. Shop's going to reset? Oh, okay. Yeah. Get in all your shop stuff for sure. Yeah, he attaches Suicune. Does he stay in, though? Does he feed us the Giratina? He doesn't. Yeah, okay. So this is the smart move on his part. Genuinely. It really is. So now we can go all in by just benching Suicune, attaching it, caping it, and then riding out there. We'll KO his active, and then we have like Cyrus for the subsequent turns. Honestly, we're just like a turn ahead. Right? I don't think he can... He only has 1 Froakie on board, so... I think all this is fine. I am going to cape this Suicune. Yeah, Kiawe was the best. I always forgot. I forgot over and over and over again. This is the imminent threat. This is where all his energy is, so... Yeah, he's going to concede. All right. I think we played that properly. Our opponent was at a disadvantage the whole time. The issue with the mirror matchup, which might feel bad for a lot of players that play this deck, is that if you don't lead with Suicune in the mirror, like, you're at a very big disadvantage, like a massive disadvantage, unless you have Giratina, and then you can make something happen. But typically in the mirror matchup, like, leading Suicune and also going second are very important things. I have a free-to-play friend that has at least 500 hourglasses saved up for each set. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that they do that. I just spend, like, you know, a little bit of Pokegold whenever a set comes out because I kind of want all of the cards immediately. We're going first again, probably into Giratina Darkrai, but we lead Suicune. Maybe we snipe something here off of this Pokeball. Potentially Giratina would be really good. What's a good Suicune deck to run if you don't have Greninja? I would say probably Silvally maybe is the other option. I mean, you could play Suicune with, like, really any stage 2 Pokemon. The issue is, like, you know, you're probably committing energies to the Suicune. Oh, Giratina, my guy. Shout out, dude. This is a good start, for sure, actually. And Froakie off the Pokeball. I like where this is going. I'm not going to lie. I don't mind this at all. Irida in hand is also really good. So this is one of the scenarios where going first isn't bad at all. Into Giratina Darkrai, Suicune in the active, Giratina on the bench. Definitely not bad at all. Milotic, yeah, Milotic is interesting. Yeah, you could play Suicune Milotic and just be really tanky. Definitely an option. But you're going to have to be careful because Greninja just is really good. Like, Greninja Cyrus is probably just in general the better way to play it. That Sabrina, I don't think mattered. The damage on the Froakie is a little bit annoying. That red card also kind of annoying because no Irida, but I don't really mind that. Research into 2 more Cyrus is fine. The energy onto Suicune doesn't really matter here, quite frankly. Let's see if we can just actually snipe a rare candy here off this. Yeah, okay. Sure. Our opponent's going to be mad, but what are you going to do? We just retreat into Suicune always here. It doesn't matter. And we always target Giratina. Why does no one play Silver? I think that Hand Disruption is better than Silver. Like, a lot of the decks aren't reliant on supporters to draw. Like, a lot of the draw comes early, right? So, like, you would rather have, like, a Mars or red card for early game right now. That's sort of the way that the game is going. I am a little bit scared of a Cyrus here, but it's whatever. You know what I mean? So, like, we would rather be able to disrupt our opponent's hand by, like, just sort of dropping the amount of cards in their hand. Like, Suicune and Sylveon, Espeon, they're going to just have a bunch of cards in their hand. Silver is mostly good for the late game if you know they need that one supporter card to win, and you can just sort of guarantee, or, you know, increase the odds that they don't have that card. That's certainly going to be a pretty big advantage, definitely, but... okay. Maybe we should have stayed in with Greninja. I don't know. This is interesting. Irida is big. All right, let's see what we can do here. He's not going to bench another Pokemon, so we got to start whittling this guy down with Greninja. He does have healing in the deck, but we have Cyrus. Next turn, can we KO this thing? Not without a rare candy, unfortunately. He might have Leaf, which is a little bit scary, but even with Leaf, he can't KO with Darkrai next turn, right? He can only do 100 there, so we're going to hold all of this Irida. We'll Irida next turn with Suicune if we need to. I'd rather get the 3 energies on Giratina, and we can do some damage next turn. Oh, the rare candy's crazy. The rare candy is crazy top deck. Wait a minute. Our opponent's about to be angry. Our opponent is about to be so angry. All right, let's see here. What does our opponent have in this 2-card hand? I'm really curious. I'm actually really, really curious. 6 cards in deck, about to have double Greninja. This is crazy. Hamza, I'm struggling against Ho-Oh and Snorlax with this setup. You might. Yeah, Ho-Oh Snorlax is a deck that's going to be pretty tough to counterplay in general. Like, it's... Oh, he is going to go into Giratina here. Or Darkrai. Interesting play from our opponent here. See, what he doesn't expect is that we're going to have double Greninja. Like, he's not expecting the double Greninja whatsoever. Because if he if he was, yeah, we have double Greninja Irida next turn. He's not going to be happy about that. I'll tell you what. He is not going to be happy about this at all. I mean, this was a good play. He actually had a lot of really good cards. But I guarantee you he was not expecting us to do this right here. This is going to absolutely... He might concede immediately, seeing what's about to happen. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to give him a minute to see if he realizes what's going on. Nah, he's gonna ride out with it. That's tough. Tough from him. We absolutely just drew into the complete sauce here. Yeah. He had the perfect game plan. Like, for him to have Rocky Helmet and Leaf there was really, really crazy for him, because theoretically speaking, without Irida in the second Greninja, he would have been in a massive position. Like, he had the perfect cards, but we also did, and he just got absolutely cooked. Yeah. That's crazy. Suicune's nuts. Suicune's nuts. Oh, what are the odds, though, that he literally... actually, though, what are the odds that he had... I don't know what that chime just was. We probably maybe should have pinged the Darkrai there to anticipate that. I wasn't actually expecting him to do that. But we could have just retreated into Giratina and taken the KO. So I don't know how I really feel about what he did there. I guess that was his best option, but that was nuts. Dustin, I copy all your decks, literally, so I gotta have the updated info. Andrew, I think the new Raiku's cracked. The new Raikou is really cool. You said my name, you scared me. I'm on an 8-game win streak with Darktina. I need to repent for my sins. You know, I don't hate on Giratina Darkrai players anymore, because, like, back in the day, it was a cheap deck, and it's been around for quite some time, but there's a lot of other decks that are also, like, really cheap. Going first, Giratina lead, very suspect. So, like, I don't feel, like, that crazy about people who play Giratina Darkrai. Like, I don't hate on them very much. You know, there's a lot of, like, other also cheap options in the game that, you know, you can't really fault them for it. Honestly. Do we red card turn 1 here? Anybody? I might actually. Nah, what are the odds that works? Pretty slim, right? I'm actually gonna do it. My top 3 favorite Pokemon in general. I mean, I don't like to choose legendary Pokemon because I feel like that's like a cop-out. My top 3 favorite Pokemon in general. Probably some stuff from Unova, from Gen 5. Okay, so we red carded him into Pokeball. What did he pull? Suicune? All right. All right, it didn't work. I was hoping it would work here. He's just going to retreat into Suicune. It's all good. Oh, no, he flops us. No, why would he flop us? Crazy play here. He probably has, like, Greninja on deck or something. Would be my assumption. Like, we don't play any retreat in this deck, which is why, like, Giratina lead is, like, really bad. So, okay. We have to just ride out with Giratina, I think, unfortunately. But we do have Irida, so we might be able to make this work somewhat. Should I run the Espeon deck with 2 silver or 1 silver, 1 red, or Mars? I like 1 silver in Espeon, and I also like 1 red. So that's what I would do if I was playing Espeon right now, I think. Yeah, I like Seismitoad a lot. He actually just goes into Suicune. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, we're actually not in a bad spot, like, at all, which is kind of crazy to say. We could retreat. Do we gain anything by doing that, though? If we retreat into Suicune and we hit him, we get to draw, and we also have Irida. Or we could just stay in with Giratina, but we're not guaranteed to KO because we don't have Rare Candy or Greninja in hand. I think what we have to do, actually, is retreat. Is that a crazy thing to say here? I feel like we have to do it. I'm not staying in. No shot. I'm not staying in. We're riding it. Yo, W stream, what's up, Mr. Pickle? Yo, there's the Rare Candy. The draw from Suicune is going to matter way more than you think. Okay, the Irida. Is he going to bench anything? Because we also have Irida. He doesn't. All right. Facts. Cool beans, I guess. I'm a little bit afraid now, but... okay. I'm a little afraid. I wish I had that red card still, I'll be honest. We can't bench anything, so we have to just Crystal Waltz again. We're probably cooked. We're probably cooked from doing that. We'll see what our opponent has in hand. Because he's going to have to go Greninja and 2 basic Pokemon, which he very well could have in his hand. Yeah. If that happens to us, we get smacked anyway. It is what it is. It's no biggie, but that's the reality, I think, sometimes. Oh, hello? He Iridas again? But we also have another Irida. 2 basics? Any basic Pokemon? Any basic Pokemon? Can you show me a basic Pokemon? He needs 2 basics to KO here. He's not KOing. Okay. This is good for us, actually. Yeah, this was perfect. This worked out perfectly somehow. Shout out to us for being, of course, very lucky, but being really cool at the same time. We're doing the old switcheroo on him. It paid off, guys. It paid off. We attach Greninja, we bench Froakie, we Irida, and we KO. GG. Actually, no. Yeah, sorry. We have to ping. I was like, wait a minute. The math doesn't work out. The math works out. It was all calculated in the end. We're smart. We knew this would happen from turn 1. We just sort of planned this out the whole way, quite honestly. We're just, we're just very smart like that. Very smart indeed. Yeah, my boy's cooked. What if he Cyrus's? Yeah, trust me. It might not have been the best play at the time, but honestly, staying in with Giratina I don't think was that smart. I really don't think so. What do you think the best pocket meta ever? I think a lot of people would say A3, but also A3B was also really good. I would say those are probably the 2 best. But to be fair, those were the 2 best metagames because of Oricorio. And people won't agree with that. They won't believe in that. But the reality is that Oricorio completely saved the metagame. We're getting Cyrus here. Hello. I believe that. I genuinely believe that that's the case. This man's trying to solo me with this Greninja, and I'm kind of afraid of it. I'm kind of afraid of the Greninja solo. Am I, though? Am I afraid of it? I mean, we're down double Irida. So. Well, what we have to do is not bench anything, I think, to not lose this. Right? Because, like, what does he do here? I'm pretty sure he just gets KO'd next turn. He goes to 80, and then we hit for 60, and it's GG. Unless he Iridas. If he Iridas here, we actually lose, I think. Yeah, I think we might actually still lose this game if he heals. Oh, no, he's down double Irida. Mars doesn't matter, my friend. I guess he probably still has a giant cape in his deck. That could win him the game, potentially. Nah, GG. All right, rest in peace, my fellow sir. We're on a nice little streak right here. BM with the healing? Yeah, a little bit. It's all right. We're chilling. Maybe not the best meta, but I enjoyed last season. I thought last season was really good, I'll be honest. Oh, wait, we don't have a basic Pokemon. We are cooked, aren't we? Oh, wait a minute. He Mars'd us. Oh, we lost. We actually lost. It's feels bad. Oh no. Oh no. He definitely has a Cyrus. Maybe he doesn't actually. I guess that's the play here. Is to hope he doesn't have a Cyrus. All right. Well, RIP to us, I guess. It actually mattered. It did. The Mars was clutch on his part. The Mars was clutch. All right. Well, he's either got the one card he needs to win or he doesn't, because we sure don't. Oh, he had it. Oh, we got smoked. We got smoked. No Mars. 4 cards in deck. He had Mars, we didn't. It's kind of what it came down to be honest. He had Mars and he had Cyrus. Yeah. Listen, I don't think we could have done anything there, quite frankly. We got smoked by the Mars. It feels bad. It does. We could have Marsed him. He could have not had the Cyrus. We could have just had any basic Pokemon. What we should have done probably is not played those Pokeballs. I guess that was a misplay. But at the same time, like, yeah, it actually doesn't really matter because we had 2 basic Pokemon left to be played. We could have left those in the deck, but yeah, whatever. I always see you drinking water. What's your go-to soda? I don't drink a lot of soda, but if I do, it's probably just like a Giant Coke or whatever. Or a Diet Coke. Did I say Giant Coke? Giant Coke. Giant Kate. My mind is on Pokemon Pocket at all times. At all times. We're playing Fire, and we lead Giratina again, which is crazy. Coke Zero? We do have double hand disruption here. Ooh, it's Magby lead. I'm a little bit afraid. I'm a little bit scared. I'm scared. Raikou should be good against Suicune. You would think that that's the case, but it's not always the case, honestly. I'll be completely honest with you. Raikou in theory is good, but did you mean to bench Suicune, or was it meant to be Froakie? No, I wanted to bench the Suicune in case Suicune went down. I wanted to have a second attacker, but maybe technically it would have been better to bench Froakie there in that scenario. I just wasn't expecting him to like Mars us into a hand with no basic Pokemon, and also have Cyrus on the next turn. Do you think that Giratina is the best EX to touch Pocket? Yes, for sure. I think Giratina is the best card ever printed to Pokemon Pocket. That's a Pokemon, the best Pokemon card ever printed. I genuinely do believe that. This man just toasted to nothing. That's crazy. I'm going to red card him, though. He's got 5 in hand. Just play the math game. We're just kind of hoping to hard draw into something right now. What am I cooking with Raikou? I was cooking like Turbo Arceus Raikou with like a bunch of Sabrinas, or not Sabrinas, but Repels, like some early gusting to kind of force our opponent out of Suicune and into Froakie. Because honestly, that's the best counterplay to Suicune, is like Sabrinas and or Repels, and to play Zeraora in Raikou. That's the sauce. I meant to showcase the deck, but I kind of get wrapped up into like the real metagame. Yeah, we'll showcase it maybe at some point for sure. But yeah, that is the sauce. So keep an eye out for it. We are playing Senzo. We're playing the Suicune list that we dropped today. This is the list. I wonder if the devs regret making Giratina. I mean, I think every game needs to have like a core. Like the thing is, Giratina has actually been a great thing for Pokemon Pocket, right? Because it's recognizable and people understand what it is, and they, you know what I mean. They feel a certain way about it, and I think that's totally fine. You know what I mean? Whether you like it or you don't, it exists, and it's a memorable thing about Pokemon Pocket. And the cool thing about Giratina is that it's actually a pretty like a pretty like flexible Pokemon. You know what I mean? Like, yes, most people play it with Giratina Darkrai, but there's been a lot of Giratina decks, quite frankly, and they're all like pretty relevant. And they've all been like pretty good into the metagame as well. Hello, Suicune. I think I am actually still going to just go into the Suicune to draw here, because I really want a Greninja. I don't want to attack because I don't want to get KO'd by a Flareon. Is it better to attack here? We already committed the energy, so I'm actually retreating. That might be a crazy play, but we need Greninja here to win this game, so I'm going to do it. And honestly, we can Mars him to 1. Like, it doesn't really matter to me. This Giratina is about to carry. There's Rare Candy, so maybe it works out. Flareon is very strong, for sure. Counter meta next week, Playful? That's right. The counter meta will emerge next week, and that's where we'll kind of get into maybe some of the counter plays to this deck. I like to establish the metagame and help establish the metagame before we get into sort of the the anti-meta or the counter meta, because I think that's definitely sort of an important thing to recognize for sure. We're gonna let him KO Suicune here, I think. Although maybe not the best idea, but What we can do is actually like bring him. Well, I mean, what do we want to do here? It's a good question, right? I think this is all still safe to do. We're not going to Cyrus yet. We could Mars him, but I think we Mars him to 1. We hope he doesn't go Flareon EX this turn. We go into Giratina next turn, KO the active. And if not, we can just Cyrus up the Flareon EX, then live the attack from Flamethrower Flareon, and then it's pretty much GG, I believe. So that's the play. He could Sabrina us, I guess. So I'm actually still going to... I'm going to do this. What cards do I want to see next set? I don't know. I have no idea what they're going to do for the next mini set. Before the Megas come out, like, it's a really interesting thing. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they just do, like, a completely, like, different set. Because remember, like, they did, like, Shining Revelry and they did EV Grove. So there's going to be, like, another themed set that's not necessarily centered around, like, Generation 2 or Johto, really. I don't see them doing that. I think it's just going to be... I don't know. It's just going to be like a standalone mini set. They normally do that, right? So they have like the core sets, like A3, which was Generation 3 themed, and then they have like a spin-off of that, which is like A4a, Extra Dimensional Crisis. They did the same thing with Space Time Smackdown and Triumphant Light, right? So they had Dialga Arceus and then, or Dialga Palkia and then Arceus. So I don't know. This is that spin-off set, like the mini set afterwards, but A3B is just going to be something random, and hopefully it's something that's cool and people like. Our opponent's thinking really hard here. About what? I'm not sure, but yeah. If we get Guzma here and he goes Flareon EX, that'll be bad for us. Groudon. Yeah, like I would love like a Generation 3 themed set. It might make sense for them to make it like Hoenn themed, because Latias came out as well, but also leading into Megas, it's either going to be like Kalos themed or Hoenn themed is my assumption. Oh, he just doesn't. Yeah. Okay, this is what I actually expected him to do, quite funnily, which is pretty funny, which is why I was actually expecting to, wanted to attach to the Suicune, which is pretty funny. But anyway, we're just going to ride out here. We could play Irida and like force his hand, which also would be funny. But what we also could do here is just play Research and then draw into Rare Candy Greninja and then win the game. No. Oh, okay. Next turn, though, we definitely will. I don't really care if he KOs Greninja here. It just doesn't matter. Okay. The last 2 cards in our deck are Rare Candy and Greninja, so cool. He's going to calm. He's looking for that Flareon EX. I know he is, because he's really banking on it. And if he gets it, then whatever. We just KO it with... I don't know what's going on. Did he just pull another Eevee off the comm here? Oh, no. Okay, it's this Flareon. I'm still pretty lost as to what's happening. He's going all single prizers. This is an interesting one. Very interesting indeed. Unfortunately for him, though, it does not matter. Actually, it might. Well, we'll bench the Suicune. That way, if he does, like, Sabrina us or whatever. But we're going to Mars him to 1. Actually, we really should get the second Greninja out this turn, shouldn't we? I feel like we should. So now we can target the Magby. I'm going to put this down for Sabrina protection. Technically speaking, though, he could Sabrina Eevee Bag KO, so I feel like Marsing here is still the smarter play. We don't actually need... Yeah, we only need 1 ping. I'm going to Mars him. We have to Mars him here. We can't afford him to have some crazy combo that wins the game. We'll just draw the second Greninja next turn. We'll just ping Magby, KO the active, and then that should be like kind of a lock, I think. We should have attached to Suicune last turn. There was no reason not to, honestly, but we didn't, so whatever. So now we just have to hope he doesn't go like Flareon EX red here, or Eevee Bag. That's basically it. What's up, Lorenzo? Awesome deck. Yo, I appreciate that. Yeah, if he has red and Flareon EX, like, we lose, right? But that was always the case anyway, so it like doesn't... He's got 8 cards in deck. Like, if he has it, he has it. Like, what are we gonna do about it? You know what I mean? That's why we have Mars in the deck, to stop these types of things from happening. How am I playing Pokemon Pocket with my mouse? We're playing on a tablet emulator on my PC. This one is called LD Player. There's a couple of ones that you can use, but that's what we're using. There's Flareon. He might have it, guys. We might have literally Marsed him to the 2 cards he needs. I'm not holding my breath here. He probably hasn't. That's why he's waiting so long. Honestly, if he does, it is like, what are we going to do about it? We did literally everything we could have done. What's good, Mads? What's up, Ben? Running, I think, the same deck? Yeah. Let's go. Oh, it's Eevee Bag. RIP to the boy. It's tough. You know, it's tough out here. It's tough to see. Feels bad for him, I guess. Feels good for us, but feels bad for him. Oh, he healed with it. Okay. Sure. That works, too. It doesn't, because our last card in the deck is Greninja. LOL. Get mogged. Get absolutely destroyed. I mean, honestly, like, if the last card in our deck wasn't Greninja, like, this wouldn't have been that big of a deal. But it kind of was. You know what I mean? It ended up almost being a big deal, but it's not actually. People do this to see if you concede. I wonder if they do. You think so? You think it's like a last-ditch effort? I don't know, honestly. I've had players wait to see if I like make a really like simple mistake, like if I choose the wrong Pokemon with Cyrus, or if like I ping the wrong one with Greninja, and then they concede. Because like theoretically speaking, like you know, you could throw the game at any point in time. You know what I mean? Like someone could always just misclick or whatever, and you win. So I kind of get waiting for that sense, but like him there, he could have waited to see if I did not ping Magby. You know what I mean? Like he could have, or like, you know what I mean? Like I technically could have made the wrong play and lost, but it is what it is. I don't know what our record is. I haven't been keeping score, but I feel like we're climbing at a pretty decent rate here. Going first leading Froakies bad. Especially into a lightning deck. If I see a Pichu here, I'm cooked. Oh, it's Choreo? Magnezone and Oricorio? Okay. Throwback, I like it. Any interesting non-meta deck yet? I'm currently cooking Poliwrath Garchomp. Well, I mean, it depends on what you mean by interesting. I find that every non-meta deck is interesting, quite frankly, just because of the nature of non-meta decks. Shout out to Guillotine off that Pokeball. We love to see it. Yeah, what was I saying? What were we talking about? Yeah, any non-meta deck I think is interesting. Poliwrath is definitely an interesting one. Like the Poliwrath deck that I cooked up early was actually with Cleffa. Because I genuinely believed that Cleffa was the right choice for that deck, and I still think it is. Like, I think you just play dual energies and you play Cleffa, and you just hope that you don't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard to pair a deck like that playing all Stage 2 Pokemon with a draw engine, but that's literally what Cleffa's there for. It's just a baby Pokemon, and it draws cards. And if a Cleffa goes down and then a second Cleffa goes down, it's like, honestly, it's like whatever, you know what I mean? Because, you know, who cares? Like, we just have Poliwrath, and Poliwrath is going to carry. You know what I mean? It's just going to sweep through the game, so that's still how I feel about things. Definitely going to red card our opponent next turn. I don't want him to have Magnezone, but if he does, he does. You know what I mean? We'll take the damage here. Yeah, actually. All right. We got to see. If Suicune goes down here, it's really not the end of the world. I kind of have half a mind to just do that. But... well, what do we want to do? We're going to red card research. Obviously, it's our only options here. We could Cyrus up, but Cyrusing this isn't going to do anything for us. So, Giant Cave would keep us alive. But, wow, okay. All right. All right. All right. That's what we're doing. We're doing this. We're doing this. We have to let Suicune go down, though. The issue with all of this, really, is that we're going to have to target this Magnezone. And we have Cyrus in hand, which is a good thing. And if he has it next turn, he has it, right? But Giratina can KO. So I think this is the correct line, where we still attach Suicune. We ping Magneton, and then we Broken Space Bellow here. If he stays in with Oricorio, he attacks. It's whatever. We just sort of bring up Magnezone and hopefully KO it. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. The Magnezone thing is going to be really tricky because it's going to... right now it's at, what, 120 HP? Yes, Gooseby drew into the Guzma, dude. Shout out to him. That's funny. That's actually really funny. The one thing we did not want to have happen happened there, which feels kind of bad. The Shaman comes down as well. That's fine. Is it? Yeah, it's fine, I guess. I guess not. Like, I was not banking on the Guzman. That was actually kind of one of the worst things that could have happened here, because now we just probably lose to not having Irida. Probably. We got to see if we can draw Irida. That's crazy that he had Guzma there off of the red card. Whatever. What can you do here? A rare candy would be nice as well. Irida is fine. Okay, so yeah, quite frankly, we're just gonna KO this, and then we're gonna Irida up, set up Greninja, and then hopefully sweep. I think is the plan, effectively. Basically, doesn't matter what we ping here. We could bench the Suicune. I don't know if I really want to. I'm gonna wait on that for now. So he's just going to hit with Oricorio. So now we've really neutralized any high damaging threat from him, and he's just going to hit us for 50, but we have Irida, and we can kind of stall for a turn, like, potentially. It's a little awkward. But, yeah. We'll see what happens. Here comes Magneton again. Okay, so, yeah. Interesting plays here. I mean, it's not the end of the world, because what we're gonna do right here is the second Irida is really nice, low key. Do we want to bench the Suicune? I don't really want to, because if he does have like a Sabrina play, we have nothing to retreat out of. So we just Irida. We're gonna Bella. We'll Irida again next turn. I'm actually gonna target the Magnemite now. Just in case if it evolves, we can KO with Greninja next turn. We have rare candy. What's in the deck? We have Cyrus, rare candy, research. Okay. All right. Sorry, I was talking a lot, so I haven't been reading chat. So the amount of decks you can play is pretty big. Oh, sorry. Funny thing is, in my opinion, you can climb with most of the non-meta decks too, as long as you have a 50-50 win rate. You can still slowly climb. Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. Okay, so he did get the evolution here, which is a little bit scary because if he has Magnezone, we lose, unfortunately. But if we draw into Cyrus, we don't lose. We do have a Cyrus with 4 cards in the deck. He's got 6 cards in deck. So if he has Magnezone, we lose. All right, well, I guess we'll just wait and see here. Yeah, there's nothing else we can do, which feels a little bit bad. But yeah, we effectively have to do this because we don't have a Cyrus, and he got Magneton that turn, which is really rough, or he top-decked Research into Magneton. And he still has 2 of them in the deck, actually. So yeah, we'd probably just lose, actually, now that I think about it. I guess we could Irida. If we Irida, we go to 110, and Magnezone still KOs, which is really bad. Yeah. All right. We probably lost this game, is what's going on here. I don't think there's any... If he didn't go Research Magneton that turn, we would have been absolutely chilling, but yeah, feels bad. We have to retreat and KO the Oricorio and hope he doesn't have Magnezone, because we can't heal up enough to survive, so... It feels bad, but, you know, live and let live. Our opponent just happened to draw the 1, 2, 3 probably in these 3 turns, like randomly, without, like, just off the top deck, which is, you know, is impressive and a bit unfortunate for us, but yeah, what are you gonna do? You don't expect a second. Oh, did the timer just run out? He has Magnezone anyway, but I'm pretty sure the timer just ran out. What happened there? Did we go to timer? I didn't see any timer warning. Yeah, he had Magnezone anyway. Concede quick! It wouldn't have mattered because he had Magnezone. I'm pretty sure we went to timer there. But yeah, it's crazy that the turn after we KO'd his Magneton, Magnemite, he benched another one and then researched into Magneton that next turn. That's pretty lucky for him. Very lucky, I would say. Very, very lucky on his part. All right. Take the L. The game told you to let go. It did. It was like, nah, brother. You're wasting your time. The game's over anyway. He had 2 of them in the deck, right? So, again, like, what the odds of him going 1-2 and then we KO and then 1-2-3 in the next 3 turns is pretty crazy. The guy just had all the cards. You could have healed there and then used water energy to retreat. That's what we did. Yeah, that's what we were doing. Because he would have KO'd Giratina with Magnezone because we knew he had it anyway. The mirror match, our opponent leads Suicune, benches Froakie, and... Okay. So we're probably cooked here yet again. He immediately ends this turn, which is funny. But we do have the Greninja, which is funny. We have to Mars him turn 1. Yeah, I didn't see the timer warning pop up, but maybe it's just me, but I genuinely did not see the timer warning. We can actually KO this Froakie next turn if he doesn't just off the rip have Rare Candy. If he does, if he has Rare Candy Greninja here, it's like really annoying. He doesn't, okay. That's really, really big for us. This is how this game's going. This guy's gonna be pretty upset about this, but you know, what are you gonna do? We're just built different. What a crazy outcome to this game. I don't think this guy was really banking on this happening. This is a nuts outcome. We also have Irida as well. This is crazy. Everything about what's happening right now is one of the crazier starts I've ever had to a game. You saw the time ran out? Oh, you did? Well, I was too busy worrying about us probably losing, which we would have lost anyway. The odds of him not having one of his 2 Magnezones with 3 cards in hand and like 6 cards in deck is extremely low in that scenario. We kind of assumed he would, so is what it is. Yo, Mantike? Double Mantike? What is going on here? Hello? He has to bench him because he's got to, but he doesn't know we have Irida. He's going to get so angry too. He's going to be not happy at all. The red card on top. This man is cooked. He's so upset right now. He's getting soloed by a Greninja. Has anyone ever seen this happen before? Just the straight up Greninja lead? The straight up... This is insane work here, quite frankly. I wonder if he's going to concede. Do we think he will? I think we actually ping Mantike. Just in case, like, you know, he heals or something. We have, like, the ability to remove a card from the bench next turn. In case, like, we might still lose because we don't have any... We haven't benched anything. Because he's probably going to drop, like, Irida, right? Oh, the cape. Yeah, that'll do it, actually. But he's only hitting for 60, so... A little bit suspect. And we're going to remove a one of his benched Pokemon here. Let's go, Greninja. Top deck Irida. Yo, this Cyrus is crazy. Wait, what? Does it matter? I don't know if it does, actually. We always get rid of the thing. Right? Can he KO us here? I think we lose. Or I think we win, right? I don't know what he can do. I mean, how can he hit for 80 here? He can't, right? So, LOL to this guy. We have Cyrus in the hand as well, which is kind of a crazy top deck. We're about to just solo this guy with Cyrus. Or with Greninja, rather. This guy's shook, dude. Oh, he's going to Guzma? He's going to bench and then Guzma? If he does, he deserves to win. Because quite frankly, we've gone 4 turns without another basic Pokemon. No, he loses. LOL. RIP to this guy. They don't play Guzma. They don't play Guzma. GG. GG to the boy. Oh my gosh. This man got soloed. This man got absolutely soloed. He's so mad. He's so mad. He is so mad. Crazy. That's a crazy game. I wish I had... Oh, I guess we did record that. That's crazy. Somebody should just clip that whole game and be like, dude, all you need is one Greninja and you can win. That's pretty funny. Yeah, we drew every single card we needed to without drawing every single card that we normally need to win. Yeah, we're blanking our opponent after that. Greninja's a crazy card, dude. We led off with Froakie going second. Greninja, Irida, Giant Cape, Cyrus. Crazy work. Crazy work. Absolutely insane work. And we drew into another Cyrus as well. Honestly, it wouldn't have really mattered because we top decked Suicune. So, like, we could have just benched Suicune attached. And even if, like, you know what I mean? We probably still would have ended up just winning. But, yeah. That's crazy. That's one of the weirder games that I've ever had. Going first again in the mirror matchup, but we do lead Suicune, and we have Giratina. Let's see if we can pull the Froakie off the Pokeball too. Just just to do it to him. Mantike lead, I'm not really worried about. Greninja literally solos. He's not even an EX. Yo, and there's the Froakie. We're cooking, dude. This deck just gets way more lucky than it really ever should. I'm going to hold the Giant Cape for now, just to see maybe, like, what happens. You guys want to see a funny Pokemon card? Have you ever seen this card right here? Can you see this? This is a Ditto card, but it's actually a Geodude, which is pretty funny. I found a couple of these cards. There's a Charmander one. They're actually Ditto cards, but they're, like, of other Pokemon. I have a couple of these. There's a Pikachu one as well. There's a Bulbasaur one. These are funny cards. He goes double Froakie. Oh, he does red card us, dude. What? Why would he red card, dude? That's crazy. I guess we had 4 cards in hand, I guess. Still crazy work from our opponent. All right. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, our hand was gas, but we know. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yeah. Ash's Greninja. Yeah, imagine if we get, like, some Battle Bond stuff. That'd be crazy. We should be at an advantage here just by we're drawing cards. Maybe he gets Greninja just this turn off the rip, like, which would be... Nah, he doesn't. Okay. All right. I mean, our hand's not that good either. We can KO the active, but then, like, then what, you know? We don't have Cyrus, so, I mean, it is what it is, I guess. I think we still... Do we still attack here? Man, I feel like we're winning a lot more than we're losing. We definitely have lost some games, but I'm just flying through it. At this point, I feel like the deck is pretty easy to pilot, and we're just kind of doing our thing. Made it into top 500 with Turbo Arceus. Let's go, Levi. Yeah, the Greninja deck is very versatile. I have seen the Dragonite deck. I think that's kind of a meme. I think people might be getting baited with Dragonite. I'm not going to lie. If it shows up in tournaments and it does well, then, you know, maybe we talk about it. But, like, you guys got to realize that anybody can climb up really high in ranked and then play a meme deck and then, like, showcase a game of them winning. And then, you know, and then it, like, it seems like a little bit different than it is. But the Dragonite stuff is really fun. I think that the problem with Dragonite isn't the dual energies. I think the issue with Dragonite is drawing into all of your Pokemon. Although that deck list theoretically does play like 4 copies of Dragonite, which, you know, probably does fix that to like some degree, which is kind of cool. Prior research before Pokeball here. Yeah. And that is why. Giratina maybe? I mean, we're playing against Oricorio, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Do we ever actually even, like, do we even want Giratina in this matchup, I guess, is the question. But, yeah. Red card, okay. We do have Irida, so we're kind of just hoping to draw cards. Do you think 1 X-Speed would help in this deck? I don't think X-Speed's needed, no. I don't think it's worth replacing any other card. Where's a good place I could get physical Pokemon cards? Bro, you're asking the right question. I don't... your local, like, game store, I guess, it would be, I guess, my only my only guess there. I really don't know. Your options are definitely pretty limited. Pokemon cards are just really hard to come across at this point. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. So we're hoping Greninja carries here, but we have to draw into it, of course. We have no rare candy, and we have no Greninja yet, but we do have double Irida to maybe stall for a bit. Giant Cape's also in the deck. Hello, Giratina. We don't really want Giratina. If Greninja and rare candies are at the bottom of our deck here, we probably are just going to lose. I don't think there's anything we can do about that. What's up, Mickey? Hi, Maddie. Why do you think Silver fell off? Not even Dark Teen and Espeon decks run it. Because Silver is more of a late game value card. Most of the decks right now draw cards not based off of supporters. And like Silver's specifically good in like the mid to late game when you're kind of banking on removing a specific win condition from your opponent. But in the meta right now, it's definitely more favored to play things like Red Card and Mars, which are inherently more valuable. Based off of... Wait, hold on. What are we doing? Give me a sec. We have to Irida. It's better to play red carded Mars right now just to kind of disrupt decks like Suicune and Greninja or whatnot, but before they get kind of set up. If that makes any sense. Do we want to bench Suicune here? No, we want to bench Giratina. Does that make sense? Like, it's better to play red card or Mars right now because, like, Suicune's everywhere and the beasts are everywhere and they're drawing cards and they combo early game. Still no rare candy, still no Greninja, which is crazy. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. $70. If we Irida, we still get KO'd. But there's a giant cape. Do we really think he's got Guzma? I'm actually going to cape the Suicune. Low-key, high-key. Going to cape the Suicune. And we're going to Irida again. We have to stall. This is taking so long, but literally, guys, the last 4 cards on our deck are the both rare candies and both of the Greninjas. What are the odds of that? Don't tell me. I don't know. But next turn, we are setting up to be able to KO here, which is pretty cool. So there's that one. With research, we actually are just going to draw both combos there, which will definitely be good. But we were down both Iridas, which is also pretty scary. So we're probably going to lose this game. Truthfully, we will lose this game to like a single Cyrus, but we can Mars him after that if he does do that. Actually, we lose to Guzma as well, and he might be playing Guzma. He probably is. Or Choreo decks typically play Guzma. Anyway, let's do some stuff, I guess. Let's do some things. We have 0 cards in our deck. I think we honestly still lose because it took literally every card in our deck to get these Greninjas out, which obviously doesn't feel very good. We lose to like a Cyrus and a Guzma, I think, at some point here. But, whatever. What are you going to do? Do I think Suicune might prove to be a top-tier deck? Yeah, Suicune's definitely already a top-tier deck. I lost 16 games in a row with Dragonite and then 7 games in a row. It all depends on your luck of the draws. Thank goodness we can't rank down for Master anymore. Yeah. No, that's for sure the case. He's going to try to hit me with Zero. This is smart. Let's see if he has Guzma or whatnot. Oh, the Arceus. Wait. The Arceus? I don't love that play from our opponent. I don't know why he would bench the Arceus here. Gives us an alternate route to victory. All right, actually, hold on. If he does have Guzma, we're going to lose. But he's got 10 cards in deck. Okay, so the idea here now is that we're going to bank on no Guzma, I think. Is the correct play. But do I want to attach to Suicune? No, it doesn't actually matter. Because we have double Cyrus. We're going to utilize Cyrus. I think it's still better to do this. Because he doesn't really play healing. And Marsing him to 3 is not going to do anything. Alright, hey, be nice to Levy, okay? Listen, you guys gotta be nice to him. Alright, no disrespect. Wizard, do you think that this is the most consistent deck to push to Master with? I think it's probably one of the stronger decks in the game. I think that early on you play just inherently strong decks because you don't know what other people are playing. So you should be playing Turbo Arceus like we're seeing here. You should be playing Giratina Darkrai. You should be playing this deck, which is the new top deck. You should be playing Espeon Sylveon. Like, those are inherently the strongest decks in the game. Can we talk about how he did have Leaf in hand? He probably plays 2 copies of Leaf, but it's GG no matter what with Double Cyrus. I think there's like 5 decks right now that could definitely easily push you. Buzzwole's probably another one. Yeah, I think Buzzwole's probably pretty good still. The issue is Buzzwole traditionally doesn't do that well against Espeon Sylveon. But if you hit a lot of Giratina, it's certainly going to be a good choice, like, without a doubt. We are farming wins, though, with this deck, so I don't feel that bad about it. I'm on a 17-game win streak with Turbo Arceus right now. Didn't lose a single game through Ultra Ball. That's crazy, bro. You are a crazy, crazy man. Oh, I didn't need to water Shuriken. Sorry, I BM'd this guy. Sorry, brother. I was expecting Illima bait. Oh, yo, that's really facts. If he did have Illima, well, we would have lost, actually. Illima would have been nuts. Yeah, we would have lost to Illima. Good shout-outs to Andy there. We kind of put ourselves in a position to possibly lose to Illima, but I mean, that's crazy. We almost could have thrown that game because I was not thinking Illima, honestly. That would have been just some spice that caught me off guard. Because Turbo Arceus doesn't typically play Illima. I don't think so, do they? Am I wrong? No, they don't. They play Leaf. They don't play Illima. Wait, we're 2,865 right now? How is that even the case? How much have we climbed? I don't know how much we've been playing here, but I feel like we've climbed a lot. Toon Joke, you were the best pocket tuber, man. Love coming here when the new sets release. Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. I hope you do like coming in here when the new sets release, because that's where we hopefully provide a lot of value, but hopefully you guys stick around for the season, right? Week 3, week 4 of the seasons can definitely get a little bit slow, but hopefully you guys stick around. Our hand is not great, but are we going second? We are, okay. Sofa, I was just about to hit Master Ball, decided to play Dragonite, lost 8 straight. Yeah, the deck's bad. I mean, listen, you can't get baited by things online. Like, if you want to play a deck, if you're considering playing a deck, I genuinely would recommend that you check out my channel. I'm not saying that other people aren't right, but, like, I'm never going to lead you astray. And I mean that with the utmost confidence. So, yeah. Just, do that. I don't know what else to tell you. I wish we had, like, a red card in our hand here, but we don't. We're plus 77 points. That seems pretty good, in my humble opinion. I feel like we're getting pretty lucky, though. We made a couple of misplays along the way, but, oh, the Greninja top deck's absolutely insane. If we top deck Cyrus out of this, though, too. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Our opponent is saucing us up now. He's getting into it, but we do have Irida. We have Irida, and we also have our own rare candy shenanigans, so. Oh, the Guzma. Why is he playing Guzma, dude? A lot of people are playing Guzma, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's a card that it doesn't see enough play for me to, like, account for it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't make plays based around if my opponent has Guzma or not, and it kind of scares me for sure. Now that I think about it, Suicune is a really good into Ultra Beasts in general, since they like having a bunch of Pokemon on the bench. That is for sure true. Definitely true. Dragonite's fun, but inconsistent. Oh, he red cards us, dude. Our opponent is insane. Our opponent is a madman. Mars, Rare Candy, Pokeball. We might be cooked. We might just lose. We're going to get... Dude, the karma is coming around. Our opponent did the exact same thing to us that they did to us prior. That we did to the other... Oh, he can't attack. Sorry, I forgot. And we Rare Candy and Greninja anyway. Sorry, I thought this was going to get out of control, but it's working out pretty well for us, actually. I was afraid. I thought we were going to get smoked. The question here is, do we want to just ride out with Suicune? And I feel like we do. Because he can't KO us next turn. So I think we just do this, and we just attack him. Low key, high key. All right. I thought the tables were gonna turn there. I thought we were gonna get soloed by a Greninja like we did the other game. The best deck against Suicune? I'll tell you right now. I'll just look at the data real quick. The worst matchup so far, again, given the limited data that we've gotten so far, against Suicune is Giratina Darkrai for sure. And actually, like, Turbo Flareon seems to actually be doing pretty well against it. And then Turbo Raikou or Turbo Arceus. Those are kind of the 3 decks right now that are all pretty well positioned. I think Flareon's actually a sleeper pick. I think a lot of people are assuming that they probably shouldn't be playing Fire because it's Suicune. But Turbo Flareon actually is really relevant. For sure. Can we show the deck? Yes. It was featured in today's video, but I will show the deck. Here you go. I think a lot of people are playing this at this point, quite frankly. We have an even matchup into Espeon Sylveon, winning matchups into Silvally, winning matchups into Greninja Oricorio, winning matchups into Buzzwole, winning matchups into Guzzlord, winning matchups into Sylveon Greninja, into most things, to be fair. But yeah, 29 and 51 so far against Giratina Darkrai, so definitely a bad matchup there. I actually pulled up an image. Hold on, give me 1 sec. Where is it? Do I have it open? I do. This will hopefully explain the meta to you guys real quick. How do I... Give me 1 second. How do I pull this up? Will this work if I do this? Oh, you guys can't see this? Why? I wonder why that didn't work. Hold on. Give me 1 sec, guys. I want to show you something real quick. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you something. It's weird. How come I can't share MS Paint for whatever reason? Like I can't OBS doesn't show it. Why is that? Is there a reason for that? I guess we can just I'll do it this way. Weird how OBS I found that to be very interesting. Maybe that's me just being weird, but hold on. I got something I really want to show you guys, so just give me 1 sec. Because this will explain the metagame really quickly. When I drew this in MS Paint earlier, we can get around this quite easily. Here we are. Okay, bear with me. Bear with me. We'll do this. And no. This? Yeah, there we go. All right, guys, here you go. Simply consult this MS Paint chart that we have created. This chart here, quite frankly, it describes, I think, the entire current metagame right now in Pokemon Pocket. We have the initial, the Giratina cycle, the Giratina EX cycle of Giratina Darkrai, Giratina Suicune, and then Giratina and Oricorio. Giratina Darkrai is strong into Giratina Suicune strong into Giratina and Oricorio, and then Giratina Oricorio, of course, strong into Giratina Darkrai. So that is the core cycle right now of this current format. But there are really strong decks on the outside, as we see Sylveon Espeon, which is strong into Buzzwole, which is strong into Turbo Arceus, which is strong into Espeon Sylveon. So there are other decks outside this initial core cycle. We are right there in the bottom left of the inside circle. We are playing Giratina Suicune, but there is an inherent sort of cycle here. So if you're wondering what's strong into Giratina and Suicune, now what's also interesting is like, if you want to play a deck that's not Giratina, that is strong against Giratina Suicune, you have to go like the inverse. Like, so you would go across like the far side, and it would be playing Arceus and Oricorio. So there's like 2 rock, paper, scissors cycles, but they're actually like different cycles, which is interesting, right? But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed that chart. That was my TED Talk, and I made that on MS Paint today, so I'm glad you guys got to see it. Let's play more games. Was that educational to anybody? I don't know if that chart was funny. I posted it in the Discord. Shout out to the Discord. So maybe you guys have seen that before, but anyway, let's get into it. We got like 30. I got like 30 more minutes in me. Giratina and Oricorio is just Greninja Oricorio. I changed the image to Greninja Oricorio just to make it funnier that all of those were Giratina, but it's Greninja Oricorio, apparently, which does play 1 copy of Giratina, so makes sense to call it Giratina Oricorio, in my mind. Guzzlord falls into the bottom right. Guzzlord is an interesting one. I couldn't really tell you much about Guzzlord right now. It's strong, yeah. It's strong into like Espeon, but weak to Buzzwole. So yeah, it would actually. It would kind of fit the place of Turbo Arceus there. I guess you're right. Okay, playing Turbo Lightning. You could get absolutely cooked here. Our opponent goes first with Pichu, but we do have Irida. Yeah, that's Oricorio. Okay, so that's going to smack us next turn. 1,000%. But maybe we can get the Greninja stuff out early. Let's see. What are good sub options for the second Suicune? I mean, probably nothing. I think the deck really relies on having Suicune out early. So I would say you really want to play 2 Suicune if you're going to play this deck. I think most Suicune decks are pretty reliant on Suicune being in the active spot. So I would say most notably probably not play Suicune unless you have 2 copies of it. That's just my thought, but yeah. So what's really annoying is that we have to play Irida here to heal, but I want to play Research to draw. We'll see what we top deck, I guess, but I think we have to Irida. The 70 slaps, man. It does. Like, Oricorio 2 at KOing Suicune is very relevant. We do have a Giratina, which I will bench. Because why not? No Ferokis feels bad. All right. Let's see what we can draw here. A second Greninja. Okay, so if we have 2 Greninja, no Rare Candy, no Froakie. But we do have a Pokeball in the deck. Double Froakie. Makes perfect sense. Did that make sense? Yeah, the decks need Suicune. I wish they'd give us a free EX again, like in Shining Revelry. I know. Maybe they should do that next set, honestly. That would be pretty cool of them to do. The electrical cords here. Okay, so but this board state I'm not that worried about, because if Greninja gets online, this Pichu's a free prize. So we just have to stall for a bit, which we can do by retreating. The Mars is crazy, dude. The Mars is crazy. I kind of want to Mars him. We have to research and retreat. Sadly. Red card? No Froakie still. So, okay. This is quite bad because we have 7 cards in the deck with no Froakie. We have to retreat. I think we might lose here. I think the only hope is like maybe we can draw our second Irida, but it's not going really well for us. Do we bench this? I don't even think we do. We're probably going to lose just by breaking off of Greninjas. This is what happened last time. How come when we play Oricorio, we draw every card in our deck except, you know, the Greninja lineup here? Oh, we get Sabrina anyway. I don't mind that. We're just going to Mars him to, like, 1. I kind of mind that. Maybe I should have benched Suicune. But, I guess it's fine. If we don't top deck a Froakie here, we're absolutely smoked, and there's nothing we can do about it. So, we'll see. We do have another Irida. And another Research. So, I guess there's that. Hey, our guy, Froakie. But we still have no Rare Candy, which is crazy. Do we hold the Mars? He just played Sabrina. I'm holding the Mars. Maybe I should have, though. Because we're not drawing at the end of our turn, which is really bad. I mean, okay. So what we need here is to top deck like a Rare Candy or Research Rare Candy this turn, and then subsequently draw into Irida, and then at some point another Froakie and another Rare Candy. That's basically what we have to do here. That's huge. I think we have the opportunity to win this game now. We just have to draw Irida, I think. Actually, what we could do we think he's going to have Cyrus? We could actually bring up the Zeraora and then KO it. But what does that achieve here? We could Mars him the turn after to 1 to make sure he doesn't have Cyrus. But then Cyrus always becomes a win condition. But technically, we take a turn where Greninja's not in the active. So I feel like that's actually a smarter play. 43 seconds. Yeah, I feel like we should ping Cyrus KO with Giratina. We go down to 80. He hits us for 50. And then we lose to a Cyrus, right? But we can Mars him to 1, and then he's down double Research. So I actually kind of like this play more. Then we'll Mars him next turn. Yo, what's up? And we're going to bring up the Zeraora. This might sound like a crazy play, but it's actually our best bet. Weirdly enough, this is literally our best bet. Because we know he's going to bring back up Oricorio. That's definitely the better play, right? I mean, it relies on the Mars stuff. But, I mean, he's got 7 cards in hand. It's about to be... Depends on how many cards he plays. Like, he might bench another basic. But, like, what other cards is he playing this turn? You know what I mean? We're down Cape as well. Yo, what's up, Snow Monster? Appreciate you, man. Okay, so he Pokeballs for the basic. Okay, so he's going to have 5 in deck, 4 in hand. I like our odds, actually. We have to do this or else we lose, so there's really nothing else that we can do. So I think this is definitely the best play. If I'm not going to play Suicune, what would you say the best deck to play in rank? Definitely Giratina Darkrai. Just the classics. Double ping the baby? We don't have the opportunity to do that. We have to get around the Oricorios anyway. Ooh, the Irida is spicy, dude. We still Mars him for sure. But actually, Irida is probably the better play. Right? Because Irida puts us out of range regardless. Mars isn't guaranteed. So I actually kind of like that play more. Right? Because we win the next turn anyway. So we always Irida to go to 70. And now, unless he has red or something. Is he playing red? Why would he play red? Does Turbo Arceus play red? There's no way, right? I assume this is Turbo Arceus. They play one Giovanni, but Giovanni's not going to do it for him. I guess they could go Arceus and like double E-Switch. They do play one Cyrus. What do you guys think here? We're running out of time. Do you think we Irida, or do you think we Greninja? Or do we think we Irida? Do we Irida or Mars here? Someone tell me quick. Irida or Mars? Can't Red and Sabrina Cyrus? That's a great idea. We're playing Irida. Good call-outs. Yeah, but we're gonna get KO'd by Arceus here. I can kind of feel it in the bottom of my stomach here. We're gonna get double energy switch Arceus here. I'm honestly like very confident that that's gonna happen. He's gonna go double. He's gonna bench Arceus, retreat, double E switch, and we're gonna get KO'd. I guess he would need 2 basics as well. Watch. Watch. I'm telling you, he's gonna go Arceus, retreat, double E switch, bench 2 basics, and we're gonna get KO'd. Oh, it's Coco? But is there an Arceus as well? Double E-Switch Giovanni, we get KO'd. Double E-Switch Giovanni. He's going to have this to some degree. I'm telling you. He did get rid of our Cyrus, though. Never mind, he didn't. All right, let's see if he has double E-Switch and, of course, also Giovanni. Oh, no, he played his supporter for the turn. All right, GG. I was afraid. Mars was correct. I don't know. I think Irida was more correct because it opened up the ability for him to. We should have discarded the water here from Giratina because if we didn't have Cyrus, we would have lost. We actually did misplay, quite frankly, which is pretty funny. We should have discarded the double water from Giratina so that we could have attached and then still KO'd this turn as a win condition. But we top deck Cyrus anyway, never punished. Oh, you're right. We couldn't Irida without. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Abdul. Smart. We got. So maybe it wasn't a misplay, but again, maybe though, because like, were we really expecting like an EX Pokemon? And man, that's a really good question, right? Were we expecting him to bench an EX Pokemon and Mars us? Because he got rid of our Mars. That's the thing. Is like Marsing probably would have been smarter still. Because again, the only win condition for him in that scenario would have been Cyrus. Which if we Mars him to 1, what are the odds that he has Cyrus? You know what I mean? It's like a 1 in 10 odds. I think Mars probably was still correct. Honestly, we could have used Irida before retreating. So maybe that's the case. Maybe it would have been better to Irida, retreat, and then retreat with both waters, I guess. I never account for Mars. Like I never think about that. Or I don't nearly as much as I should, and it does punish me sometimes, but like I've lost a lot. I think we lost 1 game to Mars here, but we couldn't have really played around it. Mars is a really tough card to play around because you just don't really know. Like you can't like assume you're getting Marsed, so like you know what I mean? Sometimes I'll thin my hand out, right? If there's like unnecessary cards in my hand in case we get Marsed, but like that was a game where it was like we had 2 really distinct decisions. I think Marsing probably was still better, honestly. What's the deck list? I'm joining the dark side. I posted a video today, T-Train, of this deck. It's very good. It's sort of the top new meta contender right now, I think, in this format. It's just consistent, and it's really, really strong at the end, in the late game, but also like has good pace to it as well. Like it's sort of a flex sort of option there. We're going second into the mirror, which theoretically should be advantageous for us, especially with Mars in our hand, but we'll see what we draw. There's the Froakie. Okay. I don't know if I want a Mars this turn. I kind of do. Because I really just want to limit... I want to limit his ability to... Did we go Giratina, though? I'm going to Mars. Just because if he does go Rare Candy Greninja next turn, I would just rather he didn't. Now, the question, though, is do we bench Giratina and we Broken Space Bellow? It does give us an alternate route, but theoretically speaking, because we don't have Irida, we are getting first attack off the Suicune, but we're probably going to be in a position to attack him. You know what I mean? I think we still do, but we attach Suicune and we Broken Space Bellow. I think we still bench here. We just hold off on the last bench. Thoughts on Suicune, Greninja, and Mantike? With no Giratina, I think Giratina is better than Mantike. That's my honest opinion. I think it's still good. You know, because if you're playing Giratina and Suicune, Greninja... Like, if you don't have Giratina, you're just playing Suicune Greninja, and it's basically the same deck. We'd rather just play Giratina for the games where we have it. He does just get it. Okay. So the Mars, unfortunately, didn't do anything. He ends up just getting it, which feels bad. Definitely, but whatever. It is what it is. We have double Rare Candy in hand. What's he going to do? Because I probably just want to keep Broken Space Bellowing, I think. We'll see what we top deck, I guess. I was really just banking on him not getting turn 2 Greninja out, like with no research or anything. This man just... Oh, he did research, I guess. Still can't pull Suicune stuff. Yeah, any Gren Suicune combo is great for sure. Irida is insane. Irida is genuinely crazy. We're not going to Irida yet, but we are going to Bellow. I'm actually just going to keep bellowing. If we draw into a Greninja, that's good. Well, I guess... It depends, actually, on what he targets here. He's gonna attack, right? Oh, he's playing Oricorio. That's fine. All right. So he hits us for... Oh, wait, no, he KOs. Oh, my math was off. I should have Irida. I don't know why I didn't Irida. Yeah, that's my bad. For some reason, I didn't think he would be able to hit for 120. I don't know why I thought that. Anyway, shout out to this guy. We lose now because I just forgot what's happening. But, oh well. All right, GG. That's my bad, guys. I was too concerned. Shout out to the Froakie. If he has Cyrus, we lose, but he probably does anyway, so I think it's probably just worth benching Suicune. Probably. If we don't draw into Greninja next turn, we lose anyway. But we do have Irida. Yeah, we got to just do this. I don't know why we did not Irida in the last turn. That was a very rookie mistake on our part. But our opponent also got Greninja out turn 2, and it's turn... That was our 4th turn, and we also still don't have Greninja, so we were kind of cooked at either way. There is a chance he doesn't have Cyrus, but it's not a good chance, so we'll see. If he doesn't have Cyrus, then theoretically speaking, it's possible here. He Guzmas us? Sure. The Guzma's tough, actually, because we just lose to the second Suicune, which is really bad. And now we still lose to... Yeah, maybe we should have just always attacked with Suicune, I think. Now that I think about it. Alright. We were cooked anyway by the Greninja. Yeah, we never even drew into it anyway. So it was cooked. The dream was dead by not drawing Greninja. LOL. Homie's like, brother, you don't have a Greninja? You drew 6. You only have 6 cards in your deck. Yeah. Unfortunately, both Greninja are in the deck. Why didn't you attack with the dog last turn? Because I thought I was living last turn. That's why I didn't attack with Suicune. It was because I thought we weren't going to get KO'd. But, yeah. Mistakes were made. If we attack with Suicune there, yeah, if we obviously, like, because we were getting KO'd, it would have been better to attack, but I mean, you know, hindsight's 20/20, I guess. I just like spaced on the math. I was like, we're at 120. Like, he can't KO, but then he just benched like 2 Pokemon and then pinged and KO'd. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh well. Yeah, it's getting late. We're playing too many games. Okay, we're going first now. And we're playing, I think, Giratina Darkrai. Froakie lead, no Pokeball, no research is probably RIP. I guess theoretically we could top deck Greninja again, but going first, this is horrid. Very, very bad for us. Let's see what we can do here. We do top deck the Greninja, so that's fun. Yo, what's up, T-Train? Welcome back. Why don't we want stage 1 for Greninja? We would rather just draw Greninja than Frogadier. Doesn't, like, stage 1s don't really make a lot of sense in the sense, like, if you're drawing a bunch of cards in your deck, because if you want that Pokemon, you probably want it, like, early. You know what I mean? Like, just kind of how it goes. I don't know if that made any sense, but, like, it's better to just play 2 Froakie, 2 Rare Candy, and a Draw Engine than to play the middle evolution. Do we stay in here? Nah. Wait. So he can next turn. So he's gonna Broken Space Bellow next turn, but then he has to Broken Space Bellow again. So yeah, we attach and retreat to draw. Definitely to draw, but yeah, in general we always retreat here. And we'll whittle him down. If he does bench a Darkrai, it's whatever. We have Irida, and we can counterplay that. But now at least we're drawing cards, and we will be able to get 1 Greninja, Suicune attack off. But this is a losing matchup against Giratina Darkrai, and you're about to see exactly why, which is that it's really hard to take the KO consistently unless you, like, go second, because you're behind on energies, right? So, like, they're just going to, in general, just smack you really hard, and you're probably going to lose. That's kind of how this matchup goes. And they can heal and stuff. Like, it just doesn't really work out very well. There's never really a scenario here where we can KO Giratina. But we can hit, but then from there, like, what do we do? You know what I mean? Like, that's the core issue. I'm pretty sure we just probably lose here. I don't think there's any alternative. I'm trying to think. He's got a Broken Space Bellow again, but if we attack, he just KOs, right? Yeah, he's gonna Mars us. I guess theoretically, if we were to draw into a Giant Cape, we could not attack and then attack on the following turn. But probably not like the smartest move in the world. If we do have another Suicune, we can actually just attach to that one. And hope he doesn't have, like, a way to KO. Might be the better play. Perhaps. I think if we attack here, we're KO'd regardless. So we have to just do this. And then we could red card him. But yeah. It's tough either way. I'm going to bench the Giratina so we can just bail out this turn. But next turn, if he does KO, we'll just bench the Froakie. This is the exact scenario where this matchup is quite bad. If he doesn't have a Darkrai or anything here to KO us, then we're not in, like, a horrible position. But we're definitely not in a good position. But we should KO him back, right? If he doesn't heal at all, like, what happens, right? So he takes 20 from attacking. So he goes down to 90. We have Greninja, plus he's going to bench. So we do how much? No, we red carded him in a red. That's exactly what he needed. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, that was the one card. If he benched Darkrai, we could have KO'd him back. No. That's horrible. Okay, so now if he benches... actually, we just lose regardless. There's literally nothing we can do here. All right. Well. Maybe we top deck a Mars and get lucky. But that's crazy that he had the red there. Absolutely unfortunate. Getting soloed by the Giratina. Just because we led Frogadier and went first. Or we led Froakie and went first. Yeah, either way, he's probably just going to bench a Darkrai and then KO us. So we can't attack. Because we only do 60 damage. Man, if only we didn't go first and lead Froakie and red card him into red there. That's crazy, dude. Oh, if he didn't have red, like in the scenario where he didn't have red, but he just benched a Darkrai and then pinged to get the damage, we could have KO'd him back, right? Because he would have had the Pokemon on his bench. But unfortunately, no, he had red. Specifically, literally the one card in his deck that would have won him this game. Is absolutely incredible, because now we know he's got Darkrai and he's just going to bench it and ping, and then we lose. That's nuts. We actually didn't play this poorly at all. The red card, we might be saved. Unironically. Actually, without Irida, we still lose. The Rocky Helmet is nuts here. Okay, so no Irida. 6 cards in deck. We lose without Irida. Oh, no. No. Well, I guess the dream is technically still alive. It's not a good dream, but it is still alive. I'm a little bit scared currently. I am a little bit afraid. What do we want to do here? Now we lose to a Sabrina and a Cyrus and a Darkrai. Pretty likely that he has those cards, I would say. I think attaching Greninja here is probably smart still. Okay. All right. We're cooking. Don't worry about it. Yo, what's up? What's up, Zen? What's going on? This is the best deck in the game right now, or at least one of them for sure. Do we just Mars him with one card in his hand? If he has Sabrina, Cyrus, and or Darkrai, we lose. But he is down 1 Pokeball. I guess we could just hold Mars for the subsequent turn, I guess. Giant Cape, actually. Yo, Giant Cape. That's insane. Oh, get the attack off. Get the attack off. Oh, but then we lose to Darkrai. Whatever, I'm doing it. We lose to Darkrai anyway, so we're doing it. Holy cannoli. This game was cooked from the get-go, okay, guys? Like, that was not a misplay. Attacking there, you're going to say attacking was a misplay because he's going to bench Darkrai and then ping to it. It's not, because we lose anyway if he had Sabrina or Cyrus or Darkrai. So, trust me, we've reduced the opportunities for him to win here by attacking there. Oh, he top-decked Research. It's cooked. We're cooked. It's over. It's over, chat. It's over. He had it. He had it anyway. Holy cow. Oh, man. Listen, he top-decked Research. I think that was his second Research, so he just top-decked it. Listen, what are you going to do there? He had to have Darkrai, right? Because Sabrina or Cyrus wouldn't have won him the game there. So, listen, that was a massively unfortunate game. We literally red-carded him into red, which was the one card he needed to possibly win that game. And he had it, right? That's a one-of in his deck. And then proceeded to then Mars us. We whiffed double Irida in our deck list. And he then top decks Darkrai for the game. Listen, Giratina Darkrai players, they have it good. We've been doing totally fine against Giratina Darkrai. The only reason that whole game went poorly is because we went first and led Froakie. If we went second, we could have just attacked twice with Suicune and it would have been GG. And if we led Suicune going first, then we also would have had an extra energy to just follow up with another attacker like Greninja. So I think basically everything went incorrect that game for us to lose. I don't think anything could have happened possibly any worse. Let's get out of here, guys. That will end on a pretty funny note. It's 11 p.m. It is a Saturday. We'll post a video tomorrow. Here's the deck list. This was the deck that we showcased in today's video. Again, it went undefeated in a recent tournament. One of the highest win rate decks right now. Definitely strongly considered by me, and I think that it's certainly a really strong choice into this new metagame right now. I think that, until the second week comes around, we really won't have a real solid grip on like a counter meta. But it'll definitely happen. Peace out, Zen. Thank you for coming in, by the way. Big shout out to Zen. He's an absolute legend. Definitely go check him out. He's the absolute man. Makes great content. He's got that really sweet check mark. He just hit 100,000 subscribers, so big shout out to him. Maybe we'll get there one day, but it's a long ways away. Cards other than Palkia that could be good in this deck. I mean, you could just like not play Giratina, but I think it's probably better to play Giratina. You could play 2 Giratina. You could play Palkia, but honestly, if I'm playing Palkia, I probably want to play like Misty, to have like a little bit of high roll potential here for sure. Yeah, way past my bedtime. I hear you, bro. I hear that all day, every day. Yeah, week 2 is probably where the counter meta will emerge. I suspect that, it'll probably end up happening even before, like, we really get into the second week. Like, pretty early next week, like Monday or Tuesday, we'll probably have some pretty solid metadata to counterplay Suicune and Greninja. But the thing is, Suicune Greninja is weak in general. It has a losing matchup to a couple of decks that are already well established. So I think we're going to get a little bit more of a rock, paper, scissors metagame formulated early on. And I think it's just going to happen organically, which normally it takes a couple of weeks for that to really happen. But I think we're going to get it pretty early, just in terms of all of the the Giratina decks. Dark Tina, Suicune, Greninja, and Giratina, and of course, Greninja or Choreo. I think that they really have just a nice little rock, paper, scissors going around. And then a bunch of other decks will follow suit because there's just a lot of good cards in this metagame. So this is definitely the spice right now. This is what everybody's really commonly playing, and I think that they really like it for sure. But I would say even right now, even like in a couple days into this metagame, we probably have 5, 6, 7 decks that are all real top meta contenders. We'll break it all down Monday. We'll break all the data down Monday, and then Tuesday we'll provide like a real tier list. But I'll continue to test decks, and we'll see how it all goes. So peace out, guys. Have a good one. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Big shout out to everybody. I appreciate the donos earlier. All of the subs. You guys are awesome. Yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one. All right, guys. Have a good one. We'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye. Thanks, Craig. Thanks, Lorenzo. Thanks, Zen. Thanks, Luther. Oh, sorry, Luther. I'm sorry, brother. If you want to see me play this deck, I just uploaded a video. So watch today's video if you want to see some more gameplay with this deck. It's really good. Yeah, peace out, Thunderstar. Peace out, guys. Have a good one, guys. Stay tuned. Probably another video tomorrow. And then Meta Monday, of course, on a Monday. All right, I'm going to end the stream now. I don't really know what to do here, so. All right. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye, Neon. Yo, Neon's in here. He was lurking. Shout out, Neon. Yo, peace out. Yo, Light Rain. Yo, peace out, Light Rain. Have a good one, guys. Shout out to the Discord. Shout out to the Discord, homies. All right, let's get out of here. Love the endings. I don't know how to end them. They're going to just end abruptly, I think. You never know.